Hello and welcome to Inside Story. I'm Hailing Chan. Many people think flight attendants have a glamorous life, but it's often not the case, especially when it comes to dealing with uncooperative passengers. Well, a local airline has started giving its cabin crew martial arts lessons in what it says is to improve their emergency response skills. But instead, it has some travelers thinking about what flight safety really means.
For years, being a stewardess was seen as a glamorous life, jetting around the world, wearing fancy outfits, and catering to an exclusive breed of traveler. But those days are gone, replaced by budget travel, crowded cabins, and unruly passengers, not to mention the threat of international terrorism. So it takes more than just a smile to survive the sometimes unfriendly skies. These days, flight attendants need a little extra spring in their step.
Wing Chun cabin crew, they provide services. At the same time, they also need to deal with different emergency situations on our flights. And if you are the passenger, you probably psychologically you think more safe. You are protected by a well-fitness cabin crew.
Local carrier Hongkong Airlines is making it mandatory for its in-flight teams to learn Wing Chun, a martial art characterized by its close-range combat style made up of kicks and punches.
Being an airline operator, the product must be safety, punctuality, and good service, and all that. And funny enough, as an airline, girls are always the first group of people that you meet, and that's part of the product.
It's one of the oldest Chinese martial arts, and notable practitioners include Bruce Lee, who began his training in martial arts with legendary Wing Chun master Ip Man. It turns out Ip Man was also the inspiration for the flight attendant training program, after the airline's business strategist bumped into the writer of the award-winning film about the martial arts master.
And suddenly I had this idea, hey, it would be great if we can train our girls, right, to know Wing Chun, because our slogan is very young and very fresh and very Hong Kong. And Ip Man is very, very Hong Kong and is young. And we're having Wing Chun and Kung Fu is energy, is capability, and is flexibility in a way, So product as the hero. Suddenly, this group of girls are not just a group of girls asking you tea, coffee, or something. Right? These are the group of girls that they can really know how to handle things.
These are some new recruits for the airline. Before they become flight attendants, they must complete 6 hours of Wing Chun training. For many of them, it's the first time they've done any form of martial arts. They start with a 100-punch warm-up. Then a lecture about a posture for endurance. Over 3 classes, these flight attendants will learn the first form in the Wing Chun system, called Sunim Tao, and some self-defense techniques.
Wing Chun is suitable for on a flight because martial arts uses very small movements. You don't need a lot of space in order to be able to do the movements. Wing Chun, you don't have to be, a muscular man in order to do Wing Chun. Wing Chun teaches you how to use power economically. So, very, very thin girl with no muscles can actually beat a very muscular man.
But is 6 hours really enough?
6 hours a day or a week or?
No, the whole training program is 6 hours only.
Oh, then maybe a bit short. Yeah, to me, maybe a bit short if a 6 hour really.
John O'Mac began practicing Wing Chun in 1979 from one of Ip Man's direct disciples, Chao Zichuan.
It's the VTA Wing Chun Efektif Association. Wing Chun Efektif Association, and most of the Ip Man's direct disciples were there. Yes, Grandmaster Ip Man. Yeah, my sifu.
He is worried that flight attendants may make situations worse by not knowing the limits of their power.
The consequence, if you really from block, if the drones come out, because do not know how to use the force correctly, just good enough to control, just over force it, then break it. So I don't know what's the legal liability. It may be dangerous if the opponent is very aggressive. If further irritate them to be more aggressive, you hurt them, like that, yeah.
There is even a chance that flight attendants may hurt themselves.
The form is not like that. They do not find a contact point. A punch need to be, which is the contact point that we want to attack people with the knuckles. With the knuckles, the thumb cannot go out. Otherwise, you go first, and you twist your thumb. Then you have to put 1, 2, and 3 and put on here. This is your flat, and this is the knuckle. And they haven't trained on that. They punches something like that, something like that. Student toe is the basic that the first form to build you up or to develop you as a martial artist. You have to build up your correct stance, correct body structure, and all the defending and attacking techniques in the student Wing Chun is contained in the student toe form. And also, not only that, you have the underlying concepts of Wing Chun embodied in the student toe form, like the body square, the facing concept, the center line concept. All this is very important in fighting. It's also in Wing Chun, and also all this concept make Wing Chun so effective. It also make Wing Chun good. Yeah, that is even a woman is wearing a skirt still can fight. Yeah, because the stance is like that. You don't have to make high kick or move a big move or sit very low. Just stand out.
And his take on the techniques that flight attendants are learning?
This is controlling, yeah. Then this is controlling. This is unlocking controlling. If people just want to capture, then they just twist it like that. If people capture, like they simulate that. If people try to catch you with that make his hand arm controlling. Then this is not even a bit attacking. Actually, it's attacking, but it looks is controlling. Is controlling the opponent. Yeah, this self-defense by. By controlling. Right. By controlling, this is not a strike, but it's arm grappling technique. It's arm grappling technique. If people grab your hand, then they use this to control it. Yeah, but it's quite actually it can be quite a deadly technique.
Why is it deadly?
Very painful. Make you very painful. Yeah.
Mac agrees that Wing Chun is particularly suited for female practitioners because it is developed based on a sequence of small movements to use the opponent's force to your advantage.
If you make a big movement, you will easily use up your energy for movement. So all the design to the system is for more effective fighting, because the movement cannot last for long, fight for long. Just effective, quick, pop, 1, 2, finish, like that.
So in what situations can Wing Chun help flight attendants counter problems?
Maybe some people grab from behind like that, then we sit in the way. Control it. Yeah. So another situation, maybe a troublemaker come to touch the flight attendant, then Wing Chun's direct straight line, but it is to go straight. So another similar situation, maybe you grab it, you take, yeah. So this is also related to Wing Chun's way of using the opponent's force, the leverage on their joints by turning, push and pull the force. This is related also to the Wing Chun system.
So far, dozens of flight attendants from the airline have completed the Wing Chun training and have been deployed into service. The airline says they receive about 3 cases of drunk passengers every month. But will real-life kung fu action be added to the list of in-flight entertainment?
I don't think I will carry out Wing Chun in flights because it hurts people. I'm afraid I will hurt people. So we will be more polite and with smile. I think it can avoid most of the conflicts.
So probably in most cases, I don't think we will apply the Wing Chun we learned here in flight. Well, I think it is good for our health. Particularly, we will be a cabin crew, and it can help in our health, and it can increase the flexibility of our joints according to the seafood. And I hope learning Wing Chun not only can help us to reduce our work stress, it can also reduce the chances of us to get injured in flight. Yeah.
I think Wing Chun can help a lot. It's very useful because we always meet some unruly passenger, especially some drunken passenger. They ask alcohol frequently. Sometimes they maybe have some misbehavior, and they can learning Wing Chun can protect ourselves. I think the main point is physical touch. For male crew, maybe you can touch my hand, I can accept it. But for female cabin crew, touch the hand, it's not accepted. Sometimes maybe touch shoulder, and then Wing Chun can protect or push them to control them.
So it's unlikely passengers will ever get to see the flight attendants pulling any Wing Chun moves, but will it at least make them feel safer?
I certainly don't think it's more safe because safety comes from the aircraft and the pilot and the other stuff. It doesn't come with the attendants knowing martial arts, so it certainly doesn't make me more safe.
Now, I think probably the best thing is, like US, that they have, like a policeman, inside the flight. I think it's going to be better because sometimes, like the flight attendants are girls, and it's not because, a girl has, no power, but probably, policeman, we know, what to do, so I don't know. I think it's not going to be a waste of time, but I don't think, it's like, I don't know. I think they have to put, more effort, in different things.
For myself, I don't do martial art at all, and I'm not that into sports, so I might not be able to protect myself in a way. And if I know someone around me, martial art or the likes, I feel safety.